Hello and welcome to the Conversation Cafe. My name is Beth Turner and I am a communication coach for young people and the founder of Conversations Unlimited. I use this YouTube channel to do two things. Firstly, to create video content directly for young people to watch, sharing top tips and techniques to help them have greater communication confidence in a whole host of everyday situations. And then the second thing I do is I create content for the parents of those young people, looking at similar topics as I'm discussing with the young people, but through a parental lens. And I've just finished recording some videos about the use of mobile phones when we're having conversations with people, building rapport through text, but also the impact of having your mobile phone with you in the conversations that you're having. And it reminded me of a situation where I was not that long ago challenged by my son about having my phone with me when I was speaking to him. And it was one of those moments where you realize that parenting from time to time causes you and to realize that your kids hold up a mirror and challenge you on your behavior in your interactions with them. And that was what happened with my son and the mobile phone situation. And he told me that he didn't like having a conversation with me when my mobile phone was there, because the fact that I would periodically look at it and be distracted by it when he was talking to me, he told me that it made him feel that I wasn't present with him. It made him feel that I was distracted and wasn't properly listening to him. And it also made him feel like he wasn't as important as the work I was doing or a friend. Whoever interrupted our conversation by sending me a message, if he heard the notification go off, or he saw the banner come up that a message came through, he said, when I glanced at it, it made him feel like he was less important to me than the person that was contacting me. And it was one of those moments where I thought, you know what, every time I have my phone with me and I'm talking to the kids, there are three of us in the conversation, because your phone does speak and send messages to the person that you're in conversation with. So I've just recorded some videos talking about that to the kids. And it reminded me that when my phone's not on silent, that little ping of a notification, the secret message that my phone is sharing with the person I'm talking to, is that actually she's interested in what you're saying, but she's also asked us to let her know what else, when there's other things happening in her world, just in case they're more interesting than this. And equally, I hadn't realized that it had the same negative effect in my family when I put my phone on mute, but I still could see the home screen because the banner's coming up. It's impossible when you see a little flash of green not to look down and just check. But when you glance at your phone in a conversation, it does a number of things. It stops you from being present in the moment. It distracts you. And actually, it tells the person that you're speaking to that they are less important than this. Because if they were the most important thing in that world at that moment, your phone would be face down, far, far away, or they wouldn't even be able to see it. And it really, at that moment when my son challenged me about it, it made me bring in some changes. And I thought I would share them with you, because there's a blurred line. So many parents work from home and our phone allows us to work in the moment. And therefore, it's with us all the time. But our greatest imitators are our kids, and they watch, whether they know it or not, and copy what we do. And so we brought in some new guidelines or rules, call them what you will, in our house. And those were that I would be really overt in telling the kids when I was working. So if they started to speak to me, I'd say, I've got my phone with me because I'm still working or I'm expecting a work call. And then it was okay if the phone disrupted our conversation. But likewise, when I was off shift and I wanted to make sure that I was present with them, then the phone goes on silent. It goes tucked away, just like it would do if I worked for an employer or was somewhere different with them. We don't have our phones unmuted in the house, and we don't have phones at the table at meal times or in the kids' bedrooms at night, because what I have experienced is that they have a greater quality of life when they are not constantly interrupted by that little ping, ping, ping of notifications and message threads. But actually what surprised me was I benefited from not having those interruptions as well. So I wanted to share with you that there's some video content out there for young people. It talks about the fact that bring a phone into a conversation and suddenly there are 3 of you in it. And I describe the phone as being poisonous to rapport. So I just want you to know those videos exist if you'd like to watch them, and to have a little mirror moment and reflect back about what happens with phone usage in your house and whether the impact it has on your kids is similar to the impact that it had on mine. That's everything I want to share with you in this video about mobile phones. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, then please tell someone else that it exists. And if not, or you've got a question or a comment, please feel free to leave it below and I will respond. And if I can, I'll help you in a different way. Thank you so much for joining me in the Conversation Cafe today. I'll see you back here soon.